What's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. But what time is it? Maybe it's 2:45 in the morning. Up like a fucking crackhead. I ain't got nothing else to do. It ain't like I got a job to go to. Girl, you know they done closed our store for about 2 weeks. They still trying to make my department work. I got a surprise for they ass. Let me tell y'all something. If the sales associates, if it's not safe for the sales associates to go to work, it's not safe for logistics to be at the same goddamn building, okay? And I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't like talking about my job on the World Wide Web. Anyways, right, so let's go ahead and talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show. Porsha, I see you. We see each other. Porsha, I see you for your works, bitch. So I'm laying in my bed, and I'm sitting here listening to the girls talk on the after show, and then a light bulb went off. I said, ding, 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 ding. All right. You see, you got to listen to the girls talk. Let me say something about Kandi. Kandi might be messy, okay? But one thing I'm going to give to Kandi is loyal to her friends. And I can't remember a time that I've caught Kandi in a lie. So I'm going to just knock this little part out of the way real fast. They were talking about the scene where Porsha and Lenithia made up. And Kandi and Kenya thought it was some bullshit, as I did too. And Kandi let it be known that Porsha, what did she say? Porsha was the main one that didn't want them to make up with NeNe. And they have text messages to prove this. So I said, oh, that's what it was. Because this whole time, people have been saying that Cynthia, Kenya, and Kandi have been in an alliance. And I was like, okay, so y'all say friends are in an alliance, are in an alliance. But if that's what y'all calling it, let's call it that. If my friends were on the show, or it was me and my friends and we didn't get along with a bitch, then I guess y'all could say that me and my friends are in an alliance together. Whatever. If y'all calling friends alliances in 2020, then I guess that's what we calling them. And then when Kenya and Kandi started to talk about these text messages that they have, but they won't show them. And then when Kandi said she the main one who didn't even want us to make up with, she the main one who didn't even want us to make up with NeNe. I said, oh. So Kenya, Kandi, Cynthia, and Porsha, they were together. And probably even Eva. They had formed this alliance. And they said, we not fucking with that bitch. And Porsha was probably the main one who was doing all the talking because she felt as though she had probably been the most disrespected by Lenithia. Y'all seeing how this working now? Y'all see how this working? So they were all out. So that's why Kenya even said, your ass done came back begging and scraping to be back, groveling to be back in the group. Hello? Because the truth of the matter is, those girls were not dealing with Lenithia like that. And Lenithia knew that. That's why she's been so upset, or she was so upset at Kenya. Because Kenya wouldn't have a conversation with her. So there you have it right there, y'all. Y'all ain't gotta believe it. I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna believe it because y'all don't like Kenya. And a lot of y'all love Porsha. But baby, they were all together. They were all in cahoots to get NeNe out the door. And then when Porsha pulled NeNe to the side to have this side conversation, and now you crying talking about I miss you, I didn't know what to do without you, or it's been so hard without you. That's why Kandi and Kenya was like, no, this bitch didn't. Because girl, we got the text messages basically you telling us don't fuck with the bitch. And now you the first one to swoop on in and have this private conversation without the group. Because you knew it was probably gonna go down if you did that shit in front of us. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. Porsha, I see you, girl. I think it's so weird. I think it's ironic how everybody is team Porsha forgiving NeNe, but when Cynthia does the same thing to Kenya for whatever y'all feel she shouldn't forgive her for, then y'all get mad. Anyways, let's go ahead and I want to just put that out there real fast to let Porsha Williams know that, girl, I see the game y'all was playing. Y'all was all playing that game. All of y'all. Y'all was all in on it together. Y'all said we don't need NeNe, which they don't. We don't need NeNe to carry this show. Bitch, we got Kenya back. That was the whole purpose of making sure that Kenya got back into the show, because they knew that Kenya, let's just keep it real, Kenya is going to carry the show. So as long as we got this messy bitch here, because we all have a role to play in this show, and Kenya has been given this villain role that she just said, okay, girl, this is what y'all want me to play. This is what I'm going to do. And she's good at it, okay? She's great at it, okay? So they know that if they brought Kenya back, okay, we got Kenya back, bitch. So when she came into Marlo's wig launch with a marching band and everybody circled around her like she was a popular girl, like she was a homecoming queen. Oh, y'all forgot about that? Y'all forgot how all the girls ran to Kenya Moore when she bust through the scene with CAU? With Clark Atlanta University marching band, all through goddamn Marlo wig launch. Y'all forgot about that? Oh, I ain't forgot about it. And all the girls ran over to her corner. And then Marlo got mad at Kandi and tried to kick her out. Speaking of Marlo and Kenya, one of the questions was basically, hold up. This all the wine I got. This is all I got. And this got the last. Girl, why am I making this got the last me? Bitch, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. What I got the last me for? I'm about to take my ass and get into bed. Oh, basically the guy who's asking the question was basically trying to say, let me just start from the beginning. Okay, so no, Cynthia did not feel attacked. Cynthia, this is the thing that frustrates me with Cynthia is you have to tell Cynthia how she should feel. Like, oh, she was being shady. Maybe she was being shady. Cynthia said out of her own mouth, yeah, that did kind of hurt my feelings. Did it really kind of hurt your feelings? Or now is it because Tanya messy ass and Porsha messy ass has come to your room and planted the seed, now your feelings are hurt? Girl, that did not hurt your feelings. You wouldn't even stun Kenya until the messy bitches came to your room. Anyways, the guy asked Kenya, like, who tries to sabotage someone's business? Okay, let me be honest. After I thought about it, what Kenya did, what Tanya did to Kenya and what Kenya did to Cynthia, it was the same as far as the outcome could have been the same. So like the same way Kenya feels as though my business could have took a hit because you wanted to play these games, and people will start to believe that, I don't know, I think I'm trying to give y'all one. People will believe, I'm gonna just finish what I was saying. People will believe that this is not my hair, and I don't promote wigs. I promote hair care and hair growth. So when you tried to pull that stunt, I felt as though you were trying to hurt my business. The reason why Kenya doesn't look at the same with Cynthia is because she knows that she wasn't coming from a malicious spot as far as trying to hurt Cynthia's business. Now, yes, she should have thought about, well, damn, maybe people could see this and be like, that bitch don't even know what she's talking about. I ain't going to her wine cellar. Yes, Kenya should have thought about that. But I think what Kenya was trying to come from, what she couldn't explain, is, bitch, I wasn't coming from a malicious spot. I was just shooting the shit. Yeah, it probably was a little bit shady, but I wasn't thinking about hurting Cynthia's business. I should have, but I didn't. With this bitch over here, who I don't even know, that's the first thing I thought she was trying to do, was be shady. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So yes, Kenya was wrong, because at the end of the day, the outcome could have been the same. Your business could have took a hit, and Cynthia's business could have took a hit. But I think the reason why Kenya got so frustrated is because she feels as though I wasn't being malicious towards Cynthia. Tanya, I feel as though, was being malicious towards me. Even though both of your businesses could have took a hit and you should have known better. So yeah, I guess in a way, Kenya still was wrong. Okay. This is something I wanted to mention. Erica mentioned this in one of her videos. Tell what this bitch said. I say, yes, ma'am. You know I gotta add my little spin on it. Remember when Marlo told Kenya, what kind of person do you have to be for your mother to not even want you, or for your mother to not even love you? What if Kenya told Marlo, what kind of nephews do you have to have for their mama to not even want them? You see what I'm saying? Now, if Kenya said that, y'all hoes would be like, she going too far. She going too far. At the end of the goddamn day, yes, we are grown. But grown people have feelings. And that shit can sting. And that's exactly why Kenya can't stand Marlo. And that's exactly why Kenya bust through the scene with a marching band from CAU. And that's exactly why Marlo paid her back and brought her nephews and bust through the scene and went all the way to the front of a charity event, knowing damn well your seats wasn't up there. Okay? At this point, it's just okay, yo go, my go, yo go, my go. So the same way that Marlo told Kenya that, Kenya could repay her and let her know the same thing. What kind of nephews do you have for your daughter, for your sister to not even want them, right? Because the same way my mama don't want me, they mama don't want them. Now, it sound fucked up because it got to do with some kids, but at the end of the day, it's still the same goddamn situation, a mama not wanting her children, right? All right. Anyways, I think a lot of people get it twisted. People think that because Kenya and Marlo, they have this back and forth, and because she's shady towards Marlo, that means she has to be shady towards Cynthia. That is some bullshit and the dumbest shit I ever heard. How I treat my enemies is not how I treat my friends. Just because I call my enemies a bitch and I may mean it from the depths of my soul, don't mean when I call my friends a bitch, I mean it. When I call my friends a bitch, it's girl. When I call who a bitch, I can't stand a bitch, it's because she a bitch and I can't stand her, okay? Anyways. When Kenya said, you see how NeNe's dress is so basically saying that yes, you can have a business and not be an expert in the business. You see, NeNe owns a boutique, and you see how she dresses. NeNe is tacky. I get so tired of that bitch walking around here with those V-neck shirts on, tied in a knot in the front with a kimono on. Girl, sit your ass down. All right. Kenya didn't care about Tanya and Porsha taking over the trip. Candy did. They even showed the clip where Candy was rolling her eyes. So clearly Candy had some type of issue, not to the point where, girl, I'm going to fight you or want to cuss you out, but clearly Candy felt some type of way, but she rolled her eyes like, girl. But of course they tried to make it seem as though Kenya was the one who had the problem. I think that Kenya knew that it was some bullshit because she knew the conversation that her, Cynthia, Candy, and Porsha, and maybe even Eva had about NeNe. So now y'all want to play this game of y'all want to go have a private conversation in the field in front of the sunset, but bitch, you want everybody else to air out their dirty laundry in front of the group? Girl, boo. NeNe still lying. NeNe was about to lie at the thing. Kenya started. NeNe was about to say Kenya started with her. Girl, Kenya didn't start with you, girl. You started with Kenya, girl. You just wanted some camera time. I put the difference. Basically, Cynthia calls Kenya out. Y'all get mad. Y'all say, don't nobody ever call Kenya out. Cynthia has called Kenya out 2 times this season from what I can remember. The thing about her engagement when they were in Toronto, was it Toronto or Vancouver? I don't know. That was somewhere in Canada. Well, they were in Canada. And again, on last night's episode, she called her out twice. I think the thing is y'all get so mad at Cynthia because she tells Kenya how she feels. She even mentioned it at her home too. Remember when she said, yeah, my friend threw me in the asphalt, blah, blah, blah. So that's 3 times. I think what it is y'all don't want people to like Kenya or be friends with Kenya. And if Kenya does something wrong, if it's acknowledged and a conversation is had and apologies are given, they move forward. And I don't think y'all understand that. The same way that NeNe called Porsha a big bitch, a fat, hungry big bitch when she was pregnant, and they move forward, that if they can move forward from that, then girl, Cynthia and Kenya can move forward from the little shit that's going on between them, right? Right, okay. NeNe didn't even want to talk to Porsha. She said when Porsha pulled her to the side and said she wanted to have a conversation, NeNe didn't want to talk to her. Marlo was the one who told her to go talk to NeNe. As I said before, NeNe wants stuff to be when she wants it. You cannot do something to someone and then tell them, oh, well, because I'm ready to have a conversation with you, now it's time. That's the same stunt she pulled with Kenya. I'm ready to have a conversation. Well, I don't want to talk to the bitch right now. Well, fuck her, the door is closed. That's the same stunt she was about to pull with Porsha. I don't want to talk to her right now. I'm going to get on the bus. Marlo, go talk to the girl. Okay, I'm going to go talk to the girl. If you are really trying to rebuild a friendship or work on a friendship, you need to understand that everything is not going to be on your time. When Porsha was ready to have a conversation with NeNe, she let NeNe know, hey, let's go have a conversation. And that's when NeNe tried to pull that stunt. I'm going to get on the bus, and Marlo told her, girl, go talk to that girl. And so she went and talked. But just like Kenya said, at the end of the day, I knew the bitch was going to pull that stunt with me. That's why I couldn't even take her seriously at the table, because as soon as NeNe don't owe Kenya nothing, okay? But at the end of the day, y'all can't get mad at Kenya for not wanting to talk to NeNe, because the first chance she got to throw her marriage in Kenya's face, she did. So why I'm going to sit down with this bitch when I know as soon as she get mad at me, she going to throw my business in my face. NeNe and Greg, she said they have an understanding. I mean, NeNe is just like a lot of people. She's just like I'm just going to be honest, she's just like a lot of women. I hate to say it. She's like a lot of married women who believe, it's all about the look. I have a ring. I'm married. You can't tell me nothing. I've been married for 23 years, darling. But girl, again, like I think I said this in my other video, but bitch, you're not telling how you just fucked how you and your husband not even having sex, how y'all probably sleep in separate rooms. But when you go out, you can flash a ring around and say, I've been married for over 2 decades. Girl, you really been married for about 5 years, okay? I put, do they have a prenup? Because it has to be a money issue on the reason why she does not want to divorce Greg. Because let's be honest, Greg does not have a job. He has no income. So if they get a divorce, Lenethia would be the one that's paying alimony to Greg. So do they have a prenup? I don't know. I'm asking y'all, do they have a prenup? Because if they don't have a prenup, this is probably why NeNe say I ain't gonna never divorce the nigga. Because I know that nigga gonna try to take me for my coin. NeNe says she has great insurance. And because of Greg's health problems, she would never divorce Greg because he would lose the insurance. I think that's it for the Real Housewives after show. I should have said this at the beginning. Look, don't tell me nothing about my Real Housewives of Atlanta videos. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it, girl. Why are you talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, girl? Because I want to. And girl, somebody like it. God, I had 2 sips of wine. I just turn my AC on. It's get a little warm in here. I think that's it, y'all. All right. Let me make sure. Just give me 1 minute, y'all. No, Cynthia didn't feel attacked. Kenya said, I'm not apologizing for apologizing to Marlo, and she shouldn't. Just like Marlo shouldn't apologize to Kenya. Them hoes don't like each other. Period. Kenya used her marching band, and Marlo used her nephews. How I treat my enemies is not how I treat my friends. I can't stand my enemies, okay? NeNe, shut up. You started with Kenya. Kenya had said shit. Kenya didn't say shit to NeNe until she started with her. Cynthia calls Kenya out. Kenya listens, apologizes, and they move forward. And y'all still mad. That's what friends do. Like Lenithia, how she never apologized when she ran out the building, out of the Bailey, whatever that was at, and she ran out. And Cynthia had to go run after her like Cynthia said she always do. And then she said that NeNe didn't even apologize. Right. All right. All right, y'all. I think that's it. When Porsha pulled her to the side, she didn't even want to go. Marlo had to sell up her Candace and Porsha didn't. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Bye, y'all. Okay, no, I'm not finished. Okay. So what I wanted to say was this. The reason that Kandi and Kenya said they're not going to show the text messages between them and Porsha is because they know that if they show the text messages, it's going to show that even though Kenya, Cynthia, and Kandi are friends, it's going to show that those 3 plus Porsha and maybe even Eva were plotting against Lenithia to get that bitch off the show. That's why they're not going to show the text messages. If the text messages worked in their favor, they would show the text messages. But because it would all make them seem like they were there to take NeNe down, even though I think they probably were like, because at this point, let's just be honest, they don't need Lenithia leaks. She contributes nothing to the show. Andy Cohen already said on Watch What Happens Live that the footage that they have of NeNe in season 12 is the footage that she basically shot. It's not that they're trying to push her out. This is all we have to work with. So clearly, that lets you know that she brings nothing to the show. But with that being said, they know that they don't need NeNe. And that's all I wanted to say. Basically, they're not going to show the text messages because they know that it'll look like, bitch, I really was trying to get this bitch out the picture. Because they realize they don't need NeNe. Like, we don't need that bitch around. And then they got pissed off, or they were taken aback, like, no, this bitch didn't, when Porsha pulled that stunt and tried to go and pull NeNe to the side to have this private conversation, knowing damn well they had already joined hands and said that bitch is going down. That's what it was. Bye, y'all.